Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sesh. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Hello, and welcome back to Smoke Sesh. My name is Hannah, your host, and I am so excited to be home and back with you guys today. You guys, also apologies, I'm deathly ill. Okay, drama, not deathly ill, let's be fucking real. But I definitely came down with some sort of cold, especially after Austin, Texas. I'm definitely serving... seasonal allergy realness. Just kidding. I wish it was seasonal allergies. I landed last week back home from Austin, Texas. We'll go over how that was, which it was just so incredibly fun, honestly. And I landed on Tuesday, so the day the pod came out. Thank you guys for all the love on the most recent podcast as well. They have been some of my most listened to episodes ever. I don't know where you guys are coming from, but hello, hi, how are ya? Happy to have ya. Welcome to the Smoke Sesh. The last episode was definitely a bit chaotic. Broke out that bottle of wine, had a good time. But I do appreciate just all the love and kindness and compassion you've been showing me. I show up every week for you guys, and it's so nice to see you guys show up every week for me. So thank you so much. But honestly, thank God I pre-recorded last week because I landed and I don't know what happened, but as soon as I got off that plane, it was like something hit me where I just was like, ooh, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Woke up the next morning, snot, sore throat, and it's been pretty much consistently that for the past 5 days. And now I'm having like body aches, chills, lethargy, things like that. And your girl's just trying to power through. I'm not going to miss a week. Who is she? I don't do that here, okay? So I do apologize if the snotty voice is turning you off today, but I'm here. I'm feeling, as good as I possibly can. And I'm ready to sit down and chat with you guys, okay? I came home and I was like, I'm so ready for spring, you guys. It's March. I'm feeling good. Immediately gets an illness, which I have not had all winter. Honestly, I've been pretty good all winter. Immediately gets sick. And then last night, blizzards. Completely blizzards. Snow blowing horizontal in the fucking sky. Yeah, hello? No one asked for that. Mother Nature, I know you're trying to protect yourself. And respect, I understand what a girl's got to do. But horizontal blizzarding, there's about 6 inches of snow outside. It's all probably going to melt because it's going to be like 85 on Thursday. The back and the forth and the pollen and it's throwing me off. My body has no fucking clue what to do at all. I'm hoping this is the last snow of the season though. Just get the last little bit of winter blues, cozy vibes out of the way so we can fully indulge and enjoy spring that is upon us. You guys, this Friday we have the spring equinox. Oh, we made it. Was it worth surviving? Yes, absolutely. It always is. We made it to the spring equinox. I'm so excited. I'll be uploading on YouTube a spring cleaning video with me. If you want to watch any of my vlogs, they are on YouTube at Hannah Marlene 444. If you want to support me and see more from me and, have your question answered, which I do every single Thursday on the Patreon, patreon.com/smokeseshshotty. We have such a fun time over there. I've been uploading like pretty much every single day. So if you want more content from me, come hang out on the Patreon. It is a really good time. And last but not least, one last little catch-up thing. If you want to submit your questions and you don't know where to submit them, or you just want to see what I'm up to on the daily, follow me on Instagram at Hannah Marlene. I'll be uploading a lot of like Austin recap pictures, things like that for my travels, and just what the fuck I'm up to every single day, as well as the questionnaire, where you can submit what's on your mind every Sunday. But with that being said, I had so much fun in Austin, Texas, you guys. Austin, the city of Austin, always treats me well. Texas, a little scary, a little spooky. Okay, a little spooky. We definitely drove out there, that's for sure. But Austin, Texas, the city, it's always like pretty much LA transplants or the weirdos of Texas. And I can vibe with that, you know, I can get along with that. I enjoy that energy. But I went out there for a bachelorette party and a time was had, you guys. My best friend from childhood is getting married. Crazy. This is the first time I've been like, okay, adulthood. This is the first ever bachelorette party I've been on. This is the first ever, you know, adult celebration I've really been a part of. Thank God no pregnancies from my friends. Thank God marriage is first. But it was so fun to get out there and see her. I haven't seen her in like 2 years, and to meet her friends and to also like get together with my other friends, which we spent so many years growing up together, and just celebrate her and celebrate life. We went out to Fredericksburg, which is like, I don't know, small little town outside of Austin, probably like an hour and a half outside of Austin. It's like a winery town. I'm talking driving to Fredericksburg, there was at the very least 28 different wineries. Yeah, And on the way there, they were like, listen, this is Bachelorette Central. Okay, there's gonna be so many bachelorette parties. So many people come out here for bachelorette parties. And they were right. That city was overrun with bachelorette parties. And I understand why. Cute little town, bunch of wineries, vibes, you know. Now, I did travel during Mercury retrograde, and I always forget how much Mercury retrograde just kind of fucks things up. At first, everything was going smooth, fantastic, amazing, wonderful. And then my friend texts, she's like, listen, I've been sitting on the tarmac, in the plane for 2 hours, no movement, because there was severe thunderstorms and they couldn't fly. We were like, oh, fuck, okay, we hope you make it, just be safe. Oh my God, getting stuck on the plane for 2 hours, though, I would lose my mind. We were like, wow, glad we aren't her. We land. We go to figure out the rental car situation, which honestly, rental cars, do not rent through Expedia. Do not rent through any sort of like third party situation. Go ahead and rent that Hertz or Enterprise straight through them, straight at the airport. Otherwise, you're going to get fucked over. We absolutely did. Not only was the rental car place not at the airport, which they said it was about 30 minutes away. And the shuttle bus, we waited for 30 minutes for the shuttle bus to get us. The people before us had been waiting for over 2 hours. Eventually, the shuttle bus pulls up, which is not a shuttle bus, and in fact, 2 rental cars, and people working for the rental car company. They're like, get in, let's go. We're like, what the fuck's going on? They're like, the brakes on the shuttle bus stopped working, and the other shuttle bus got stolen and turned into a party bus. So we're using rental cars to get around. We're like, all right, well, whatever. At least someone's here, you know, positive vibes. We had made friends with some like older Southern ladies who were there traveling, like rich older Southern ladies. We're like, thank God we have someone to kiki with, have a little laugh with, you know, roll our eyes occasionally at what the fuck's going on. Because if you don't laugh, you might cry. We pull up to the shuttle car or the rental car place. It's like honestly so scary. I was like, oh my God, no wonder I was saving money, because this is actually the worst place ever. There was about 20 people waiting for the shuttle bus. So all 20 people get to the rental car place at the same time. There's one singular person working the counter. I don't understand what it is with rental car companies, but there's always some whack ass shit going on with the rental car places. And I understand. A little annoying to deal with, absolutely. A little annoying to work there, absolutely. But we were keeping smiles, positive attitude to the best of our ability. 1 hour later, we finally get to the counter. They were like, we don't know if we have cars for you. Huh? What do you mean you don't know if you have cars for us? We've been waiting here an hour. You should have told us. I would have gone somewhere else. They're like, okay, let's go check the back. Like, okay, we found a car for you. We go outside. It's the car they fucking picked us up in. Yeah, it's the same exact car they were shuttling people around in. They literally go, well, I guess we're closing early for the day because that's the last car. There were people still walking in to get cars. I was like, this is a hot mess, but at least I have my car. I have the keys in the hand. Get in the fucking car. Let's go. We start driving away. Freedom. The tire pressure, 6 PSI. Do you know PSI? Probably not, babe. And that's okay. I don't fucking blame you. You shouldn't be dealing with tires anyways. It should be about 31, 32 PSI, 6. That's a flat tire. Yeah. And gas tank, completely empty. So after getting up at 3 a.m. to get to the airport, to take 2 flights to get to Austin, Texas, we get in this fucking car. We got to go to the gas station, fill it up, which I'm not complaining about. And then also air up the tire. It was so It was sketch. It was sketch, but we got there. We got there. We had a blast. It was a good time. My best friend had kind of turned into a grandma recently, which I don't blame her. Live your quiet luxury, girl, you know, as long as you're comfortable and cozy. Absolutely love it, you know. So, like, it was 8 p.m. bedtimes every single night, which I was like, come on, let's go party. Let's go line dance. You know, I was pushing it a little bit. Party Hannah was coming out, but it's a bachelorette trip. Let's go fucking crazy. You know what I mean? But there were like parents there and mother of the groom and sister of the groom. So it was like, okay, we got to rein it in just a little bit, you know, just a tad. We can't go as crazy as if there was no adult supervision. But Fredericksburg, adorable. I got to make my own little cowboy hat. I know I made my own custom cowboy hat, which I'm very excited because when I'm working at the ranch this summer, I'll definitely need something to keep the sun out of my eyes. So that was a cute little DIY moment. They also, I've never met her soon-to-be husband, but we played a game. Well, she played a game where they asked the husband, you know, 25 different questions about her, okay? And they would ask her to give the answer. And then they had video responses of him. And it was like, okay, so here's her answer. Let's check and see what his is. Does it match? Oh my God, it made my heart so happy. Every single question he got right. Every single one. He knew her down. There were even questions they asked her that I was like, I don't even fucking know what she's going to say about this. Truly no idea. He got it right immediately. And that just made my heart so happy because when you don't know who your friend is marrying, sometimes it's like, well, I'm hoping for the best for you. Like, I truly don't know. But this just like solidified in my heart, like, no, he knows her. He loves her fully for who she is, all her weird quirks and habits, you know, loves her down, knows her well. I was like, thank God. Okay, we can really celebrate now. The next day, Fredericksburg has this, like, I don't know, they have these like big pink limo companies that take all of these bachelorette parties around. So we were picked up in a massive lifted pink Hummer limo. Okay, and we were shuttled to all of the different wineries. Now, would I recommend this if you are planning your bachelorette trip to Fredericksburg right now, which I highly doubt you are, but if you are, let me go ahead and tell you, is it worth it? If you are simply looking for ease and simplicity and to get fucked up, yeah, absolutely, it was worth it. But if you're like interested in actually experiencing these wineries and trying things out and, you know, really getting the story and the lay of the land, because listen, I grew up, okay, bougie in a moment. No, my parents are just alcoholics. I'm joking, but I grew up going to wineries often. Okay, my family's from Oregon. One side of my family's from Oregon. Even wineries out in Kansas City, like, my parents, if it's Saturday night, Sunday night, even a Tuesday night, and they have the night off, we're going to a winery. We're doing a winery tasting. If you're underage, you're going to go play around in the grape fields and have some like sparkling cider or something. And so I know the decorum of what it is at a winery. You show up, they have different stories for each wine. They explain where they get the grapes from, the different notes, the different flavors. No. Not with this company. This company shuttles hundreds of bachelorette parties to the same 3 wineries and just rotates them out. So we were all shoved in this massive warehouse with 9 other bachelorette groups. And this lady, I could tell she was just stressed out, which I totally understand and respect. Like, truly no hate to her. But she was just coming around and like pouring glasses of wine. Okay, you're done. Okay, next one. Okay, you're done. All right, next one. Okay, now you guys got to go. Like, they were ushering us through this. And I was so drunk because we were moving quick, okay? Going quick, having a good time. Very last place we end up at is like the Bubble Bar or whatever. And it's Hannah Montana themed, fantastic. We get like 3 extra bottles of champagne. We're singing, we're dancing. It was just such a blast. It was such a blast, and she had such a good time. But by the time we made it home after dinner, which dinner was at 4 p.m., it was like 6:30 by the time we got home. And I'm like, all right, girls, rally, let's go. We're going line dancing. We're doing something fun. And my friend was like, no, we're not going. Her other friend was kind of like a Debbie Downer and wasn't really a partier. She's like, I don't want to really leave her out, which I totally understand. But I was like, come on, let's go. She's like, no. So bedtime was, I fear, 7:30. And then that was the bachelorette trip. That was it. We had to leave the next day. It was quick. It was fun. We had a blast. We celebrated a friend. It was good. And then I stayed a couple extra days to hang out with my other friend who lives down in Austin, Texas. She's a really good friend of mine from college. We met over bonding smoking weed in nursing school and having to get around all the rules. One of my favorite memories with her is we showed up to a test one day. I think it was like, I don't know, a biology test in nursing school. And it was such a bad test for me that I left things blank. I didn't even know what to put in there. I left shit blank. Immediately afterward, we made eye contact and we were like, okay, we gotta go fucking smoke a bowl. It's 12:30. We just fucked over this test. We went to the back alley and we're like ripping this bowl outside of someone's classroom. It was a mess. We were a mess in college, but we had a blast. So it was so good to hang out with her as well. I really just had like friendship reunion week, which was so nice. And we did a lot. She came up with this great idea, which if you're somebody who doesn't like to choose what to do, this is such a good idea. She took a gallon baggie and a bunch of like pieces of paper. And on each piece of paper, she wrote down different activities. And they were as small as like write a thank you letter to yourself, or say something you're thankful for about the past week, to as big as you got to go find a fountain and throw a coin in the fountain. So we were basically on this big scavenger hunt to do all these activities, and it was so fun. Our first one was like, go play pool. So all of her friends were at a bar. We went to the bar. We played pool. I was like, okay, check that shit off the bucket list. Next one was like, find a fountain, throw a coin in the fountain. One of them was go down a slide. It's like 8 a.m. on a Sunday, and we're like, we got to go find a park. We got to go find a park and go down the slide. One of them was go cold plunging. So we went to Deep Eddies in Austin, Texas. We just jumped in the water. Everybody was doing laps around us, like swimming to their heart's content, like competitively swimming, and we're in our cute little bikinis like, it's so cold, let's get in. Another one was like, go find a postcard. So we went to this like oddity shop, went to go find some postcards to represent our trip. It was just such a good idea. And I think it was fantastic for if you have friends coming and you don't want to decide, or you don't want to plan, or you want to kind of like keep it up to the universe. Wow. She was so smart for that. And there's some we pulled that we were like, meh, it's not going to fit in our schedule. Not going to fit in our time. Just pull a new one, But if you need help like planning something or coming up with a fun idea, do it with friends. This was fantastic. And we didn't even get through all of them. She probably had like 40 in there. We probably got through 6 or 7. So she can reuse that. If she's ever bored on a day and doesn't know what to do, pull a freaking Post-it note. She has a new friend coming into town, pull a few with them. I loved it. Wow, so fun. I also got to take her horseback riding, which was amazing. I love taking my friends horseback riding, especially now that I kind of know a little bit. And if you're in Austin and need a good place to go horseback riding, I think it's called Southern Trails Austin. Fantastic, great horses, great leadership, amazing little girlies working there. Their horses were so sweet. We even got to trot a little bit, which was so funny, seeing my friend just like bounce around on the back of this horse because like holding on for dear life. But now that I also am getting a little bit more experience, I was just chit-chatting with the guide. Like, we were just kiki-ing the whole time. I was like, how long have you been doing this? Where are you from? How much horse experience do you have? She's like, oh, well, I started kind of late. I started at 10. I was like, bitch, I started a year ago. Talk about late. Like, you are not late in the horse world. Horse world, a little, what's the term when you like to like keep things to yourself? I'm not coming up with it, but someone will in the comments, and shout out to you. I love you. Oh, gatekeepy. Finally came to me. Sorry, the headband's squeezing me so tight and my sinuses truly are inflating in my head. But we took her horseback riding. It was a sunset trip. I was on a cutie little horse named Ken. We were matching. They even like took photos of us as we were going around. And it was just so fun to see her out there having a blast. And she'd never been on a horse. She was like, I don't really know, but I'm down to do it. And I love a friend who's like, fuck it, for the plot, for the vibes. Like, let's go do it. Why not? Why not? Why the fuck not? So overall, 10, 10, 10s across the board. Had a great time. But yeah, maybe had too much of a good time because now I might be paying the price. So I'm slowing down. Now that I'm home, I'm slowing down, chilling out. Although I wish I could jump right into, my usual routine of cleaning, yoga, grocery shopping, cooking, Whole Foods, running errands, seeing friends, work, this, that. I'm just like, I'm really taking it slow. I'm managing this illness while I can, just like resting, relaxing, getting my body into shape. So hopefully, fingers crossed, by the time the spring equinox rolls around on Friday, I'm feeling bright, sunshiny, and amazing, setting myself up for success. I got my hot tea. I got my vitamin C. I got my ice water. I got my pho in the fridge. Truly nothing more healing than a massive bowl of pho. Extra spicy, please, of course. And most importantly, I'm excited to hang out with you guys here today. I love hanging out with you guys on this podcast. It is just the ultimate distraction I need. I'm sure you guys listen to this podcast as a way to distract yourself as well. Glad we're in the same boat. But enough of my ranting. Let's get into everything on your guys' minds. You know you're sick when you're like, fuck it. No more individual pieces of toilet paper. Bring me the roll. Bring me the roll. Okay. Ooh, the snot really is snotting today. Oh my God, the Oscars were last night. I love an Oscars moment. I love award season. I feel like it just gets the energy all high. I love seeing people get celebrated for their talents. I think it's just like so beautiful and so fun. Even though sometimes the Academy can pick some fuck-ass winners. I felt pretty good about last night's Oscars. I mean, spoiler alert if you didn't watch it or don't care. Michael B. Jordan, deserved. Sinners, fantastic, amazing. Wow. Are you kidding me? His performance was just so incredible. Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Probably my favorite movie of the year. And I'm not one who likes sad movies or enjoys consuming sad media, but this truly was just like, wow, how we take our pain and use art to transform it and metabolize it and understand it more is just like so beautiful. And her performance was absolutely gut-wrenching. Like, you're watching her performance and you're like, no, she's going through that right now. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like, I'm watching a documentary, babe. She's not acting. This is her really going through this. So fantastic. If you're gonna watch any movies this year, top 3 of the year, One Battle After Another, which won Best Picture, duh, hello. Sinners, incredible. The absolute cinema, and Hamnet, so moving, so incredible, fantastic if you're an artsy person who just like needs some hope in believing in why we do art. Marty Supreme, zeros, zeros, zeros. I don't even know if they got one win, if I'm being honest, and if they did, it wasn't a win that I saw, and kind of I'm living for it. I'm kind of living for it. Can we be honest? I'm kind of living for it. Listen, women on the internet, we get picked apart, shamed, hated on for every single fucking thing we do. So when it happens to a man, it's kind of refreshing. It's like, okay, now that's equality. I don't like hate. I don't support hate, but it's also like, well, women get it all the time. You're pissed off because you're going through something a woman's gone through. Okay, stay mad. You know what I mean? Him getting up there and talking shit about opera and ballet dancing, it's like, oof, yeah, he's losing the Oscar. That's for sure. Someone said, I'm a ballet dancer, and Timmothy Chalamet pissed me off, and rightfully so. I think he was doing so well when he kept his mouth closed. No, I'm kidding. He was doing so well when he really, and this is when you see people succeed in their craft, in any sort of craft, painting, music, ballet, opera, acting. You see people succeed when they remove their identity and they are using whatever tool they have creatively as communication. Okay, his most notable roles. Okay, you think of him as a way of communicating through his acting. He doesn't need to communicate through his words, or sometimes he will through his perspective of what he's learned in a role. And I think it's something that maybe Jacob Elordi is really succeeding in right now. He is communicating through his roles and leaning into them very passionately. I think that's when you see people succeed. Him now, not doing that at all. And people don't like it. People don't like it, okay? People like it if you're a little bit cocky. I understand. You can get a little cocky. You can say, you know what? I am the best. I'm going to strive to be the best. Good, great. No one's hating on you for that. But people hate on you when you don't also uplift and support other artists. Big thing, okay? Gatekeeping in the art world, not good, okay? You need to not be a gatekeeper if you're going to be successful at art. You need to be open, honest, communicative, passionate about your craft, and communicating, most importantly, through your craft. That's how you see people succeed. So of course Timmothy Chalamet pissed some fucking people off, actually most people off, when he goes, like dying arts like opera and ballet. And is he wrong? No. Opera, ballet, expensive, maybe dying because doesn't have a good PR team or whatever, people aren't used to going, or you have to be in a different tax bracket to go. I understand where he's coming from, but also to just like have the platform you do have and then demean it in such a way instead of encouraging people to go and experience it and to enjoy it and to maybe try out a new medium that you've never tried out before. Oh, it's a dying art, so we need to show up and support. Not like, oh, it's dying, so I'm not going to do it or pay attention to it. Yeah, you're going to piss some people off. And honestly, the downfall of Timmothy Chalamet is happening, and I'm excited to see how he rebrands. It's either going to be a massive rebrand into something horrible and awful, or it's going to be a massive rebrand into something good. This will be a learning lesson for him. Either way, I'm sat and I'm watching. That's for sure. Did I watch Mighty Supreme? No, not at all. Was I interested in it? No, not at all. The winners who won deserve to win. Even Weapons. Oh my God, Gladys. She won Best Supporting Actress. Fantastic. Deserves. She only had 15 minutes of screen time, and that is a character that you will remember forever. She's just a crazy ass freak. Like, I love cinema. I love performances. I love going to the movies. I'm very passionate about it. And is Marty Supreme something that's going to last the test of time? No. Absolutely not. Did he deserve that win? No, absolutely not. Michael B. Jordan, did he deserve that win? Yes, absolutely. I was going to be pissed if he did not win. Anyways, that's my rant. Sorry. If you're in the art world, don't be a weird gatekeeper. Don't put other artists down. We must stand together and stand strong, truly, honestly, and support and uplift each other. Even if it is a dying art, okay? Tell your friends to go support it. Tell all your followers to go support it, to go see the ballet, to go see the opera. That's what we need to be doing. But award season is over, and I'm honestly excited because that means new movies. You guys, if you're not supporting your local cinema, you need to be. If you are a girl who likes to escape from the world, if you get overwhelmed with the world and like to escape, maybe in unhealthy ways, I'm not judging, I've been there. The best and easiest and healthiest way to escape from the world is to go to the movies. I love the movies. I don't care if it's a bullshit movie or a good movie or whatever in between. I love to go to the movies. I love a good popcorn, a good Diet Coke, and to lose myself for 2.5 hours if I'm lucky. Not only do you lose yourself for a little bit of time, but you also walk out of that cinema finding yourself in ways that you've never been able to find before. And the movies that did win this year and really hit home with me, Hamnet, Sinners, One Battle After Another, I left the cinema and I was absolutely perspective changed. Okay. Hope renewed. And that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. That's where the addiction sets in. Shout out to my herbologist or whatever you call them, my lady I buy my herbs through, because her immune boost tea is truly the best thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. It's like 18 different herbs and spices. I don't even know what's in there, but I'll tell you what, after one cup of tea, I'm like, things are good. I'm fine. It's okay. I'm good. This year is kind of the doing it for the plot year for me personally. I mean, January, Oregon, 5 days of traveling, forest, horseback riding, wineries, ocean. I did it all. Okay, city life. Then Austin, Texas, wineries, more wineries. I mean, hello. Horseback riding, more horseback riding, hanging out with friends, experiencing new places. And yeah, you can get it through travel, of course, but also I'm kind of doing it for the plot locally as well. So like met this random herb lady at a farmer's market, became obsessed with her. I've only been buying my teas through her. And then also she does classes. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to start taking classes from her. I'm going to start taking herb classes from her. She's a medicinal herb class where you can learn about like native plants and how to use them as medicine. I'm like, yes, sign me up. $35. Absolutely. Make your own tea classes. Yes, sign me up. Let's fucking do it. There's random like bread making classes that I want to take here. Silversmithing classes that I want to take. I'm volunteering like all my time at the ranch just to have an opportunity to learn a little bit more. This is the year of doing it for the plot. And honestly, if you're somebody like this person who asked year-long procrastination and being stuck in the same spot, help. I'm going to tell you how to like almost like timeline jump or to shift your reality so then you feel not so stuck, you switch up your normal routine, and you kind of push yourself into the right path. Do you know how to do it? Guess what? You have to do something out of the norm. You have to do something out of your norm and a little weird and a little wild. I've been doing that a lot recently, and I've been the happiest I ever have been. Listen. The system is not set up for us to succeed. Obviously, you're like, yeah, bitch, I know that. I know. When you wake up, barely have enough time to throw on clothes and have a coffee, get to work, lunch, work, off work. I'm exhausted. I'm sitting in my car for 30 minutes binging TikToks. Should go to the gym, maybe not. Go home, lay on the couch for a couple hours, eat dinner, scroll, go to bed. You do that every day nonstop. And then on your days off, don't do anything. You're going to be massively depressed. And you're going to be like, life is not worth living. Because yeah, that life is soul sucking and evil and awful. And it's just using you. But it's not renewing you. And when you do that over and over again, it starts to feel like, oh yeah, shit, maybe I am kind of stuck in this place. Or maybe I've been in this like area of limerence in life where nothing's happening. I'm not doing anything. And I feel like I'm not achieving anything. And achievements aren't like big or small. It's just like sometimes my achievement is I made a new coffee syrup. Woo! Love it. Like it could be as small as you want, as big as you want. But when you're not switching things up or trying new things, you will get stuck. That's just how it is, you know? And I've been there because I've been there for the past 3 years. 3 years. I really thought about this and I was like, I moved into this place and I've been doing the same thing, which I'm not complaining, living the dream, okay? But I've been doing the same thing for the past 3 years and it's driving me bonkers, love. Driving me mad, okay? So I finally hit a point where I was like, fuck it. I just need to do something so abnormally strange and weird that it kind of like forces the timeline to shift a little bit outside of the normal. And it could be something as wild as like, I'm going to go on a 1 mile walk barefoot in the grass. Or I'm going to go to a different grocery store and I'm going to buy only things that I've never tried before and come home and cook it and make myself a new meal. Or I'm going to get up and I'm going to go take a class. Or I'm going to go, I don't know, say hi to a stranger, even though I haven't talked to any strangers in the past however many years. Or ask the cashier a weird question. It doesn't matter what it is. It just needs to be new to you and enough outside of your comfort zone that it challenges you. It will shift things completely and you will realize, oh, wow, not only is everything in my control relatively, and I do have a choice in what I do and what I don't do, but also it will push you onto this path of being like, okay, but now doing things for me has become addicting, okay? When you do that weird thing, that strange thing, it shifts your mindset immediately to going, oh, this is an option. I can do this thing. I can do that thing. If I want to go take an herb class, I can. If I want to go to the home and garden store and plant a garden in my backyard, I can. If I want to go horseback riding, I can. If I want to become a silversmith, I can. If I want to learn how to make bread, I can. If I want to walk around barefoot, I fucking can. It doesn't matter. I can do these things. I've been in this loop for so long, but once you break the loop, the cycle is not repeating anymore. And you realize, wow, things really are up to me in a very beautiful, healthy way. Sure, there's a little bit of pressure when it comes to things being up to you, but also how beautiful to have that pressure. How beautiful to be the person who is able to make these choices and make these things. I had somebody ask, and it was like, what do I do? All of my figs are rotten. That goddamn fig tree poem. Listen, it's beautiful, but you're taking it out of context. We are the tree. The tree is not above us. We are the tree. We are the tree who grows these opportunities out of us, and we will continue growing and renewing figs for ourselves until we decide, all right, it's time to choose one, or this one feels right. It's okay. You are a renewable resource, all right? You are the tree that will keep growing every season. Don't worry about the figs that have fallen, okay? The figs that have fallen will feed your roots and help you grow stronger and help you produce more fruit. But you do need to, maybe choose a couple here and there so it's not all rotten, solid ground. Starting small is always easier. The little things make life a little bit easier, such as like trying a new coffee flavor, maybe painting your nails a weird color, wearing that crazy t-shirt, whimsy. Bringing whimsy into your life, switching up your life a little bit, changing the timeline, it will help. I actually got a lot of questions last week on the Patreon episode about like, how do I bring more whimsy into my life? How do I become more whimsical in my everyday life? And I think when we think whimsy, we think, okay, I need to be in this fairy dress in the forest, spinning in circles, doing everything I want, eating fresh fruit out of the palm of someone's hand, and, naked dancing in the forest. Sure. You want to consider that whimsy? Absolutely. Okay, that does sound fantastic and whimsical. And if you are planning that, please invite me. You know where to find me. Hannah Marlene on Instagram. But also, that big thing seems so vast and out of reach and, not a fig that is ready to pick yet. But in reality, the whimsy that you seek comes in small things in your everyday life. The way you are living now is fine, hopefully. It's like okay. The way to switch it up just a little bit, add a little bit more whimsy, is to take what you're already doing and just tweak it a little bit. That's why I say new coffee syrup. You start making your own coffee syrup at home, or you switch from coffee to matchas. All right? Simple change. It'll get you excited about waking up in the morning. Finally, having the guts to put on that new pair of shoes or new pants you bought, new accessories to accessorize a little bit more, to dye your hair that weird color, to start, maybe painting your nails a crazy color or getting your nails done, to put like fun little things on your dashboard when you're driving, or to listen to a new playlist when you're driving, a curated playlist that maybe fits the vibe of what you're doing right now. Putting stickers on things, carrying a journal and some colored pencils on you. So if you ever have downtime, you can just doodle. Using a sparkly pen to take your notes in instead of a black pen. It really is that simple. These small changes will have a massive and drastic effect on your everyday life, and ultimately will make you feel better and will make you feel like you have a little bit more whimsy and joy in life. The most whimsical person I can think about, and you guys know her, and it's not the person you're thinking of right now. Most whimsical person I can think of is the green lady. You remember the green lady? A lady in New York City who wears green everything, only wears green, everything's green. Green hair, green nails, green shirt, green underwear, green shoes, green socks, green dog, green car, green everything. Now that's to an extreme, but if you really think about it, the only thing she switched in her life everything was normal and fine. The only thing she switched was to make things green. And she's the most whimsical, outrageous, wonderful person I could ever possibly think of, just because she's green. You see how simple a small change can make and affect your life in a more positive way? And not only will it affect you in a more positive way, it'll affect the people around you in a more positive way. Because when you're feeling that whimsy and you're feeling that joy and you're feeling that passion, you're feeling that spark, that energy will radiate. People will read it off of you and they'll feel enthralled by you, drawn to you, and inspired to do the same. People see the green lady and they're like, that's cool and fucking fun. I want to do that. You see? Cause and effect. Doesn't need to be you running around naked in the forest, all right? Or spinning around in fairy wings on an inner tube in an alpine lake. It just needs to be you changing, tweaking, just a little thing that you're already doing in your daily life. Not only will it bring more whimsy into your life, but it also break that timeline of feeling like stagnant or stuck. You'll start getting excited to wake up in the morning, excited to eat lunch, excited to do new things. And that's what we need to be doing now more so than ever, especially with spring coming, is getting exciting, building that hope, that joy, that whimsy in our lives. You deserve it. I deserve it. So let's get to work. That's really what I've been working on recently. Cultivating whimsy in my life, getting excited about life again, not just letting time slip through our freaking fingers, okay? Reaching out for those figs and growing more. Having a book in your purse, so when you're in a waiting room, you're reading a book, not scrolling on your phone. Wearing silly socks, wearing fun underwear, like so many ideas. Okay, let's go through a bunch of questions as fast as possible. No offense, but they're about men, so we can make them quick.
Hey, Hannah. So I wanted to know your thoughts and like practices on decentering men and like romantic relationships. Just me and my boyfriend, long-term boyfriend, just broke up, and honestly, like it's mutual. I'm feeling confident about it and good. It's very positive. I'm excited to see what's out there, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I have had a tendency to jump back into relationships to get over people instead of like spending time with myself. And I want to be really, really intentional and not do that. So
what are your top methods to decenter men truly, like not give a fuck? Well, to decenter men, I think the best way to do it is just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself, your passions, your desires, your boundaries, everything about you. When you're focused on you, not only are you kind of like decentering men, but also women, non-binary, anybody around you, okay? You're decentering everybody else around you, and not in an unhealthy way where you're like, I'm selfish and I'm only focused on me. No, I think it's okay to be focused on you, because also I know you're wonderful and beautiful, and you're going to want to focus on you in an aspect of, I want to uplift my friends. I want to show up for these people. I feel passionately about this person. I love this person, so I need to go to this birthday party instead of hanging out with this dumbass man. Like, when you're focused on you, everything falls into alignment, and you're not prioritizing shitty men, shitty women, shitty relationships. Oh my God, Jubilee needs to be banned on all platforms. I not even saw the video, but I saw clips from it, and it actually broke my fucking heart. We as humans are so fucked up recently. So fucked up. It was the people in situationships ask each other questions video. Don't watch that. Actually, if you are a person who's in a situationship, watch it, because that is torture. That is torture. The mental gymnastics they are playing, and the just like how much they're holding their heart back and their desire back, while also like prioritizing their ego through hurting somebody else or not uplifting someone else. It's like, wow, no wonder the dating scene is so fucked up right now, and no one is brave enough to love each other. No one's brave enough to love each other anymore, okay? It's all about me, but also it's not even about them, because they're not prioritizing what they want. If they really were prioritizing what they wanted, they'd be like, I fuck with this person, they're cool, I want to love them. But since everybody is so boundaries, walls, everybody must behave perfectly like a robot. No one's falling in love anymore. No one's willing to be vulnerable anymore. Wow. Scary. I'm so sorry. Please, if you truly want to have a good relationship or build a good relationship, build it on good foundation, open your heart, be honest. And if someone can't reciprocate that, at least you know. At least you know they're fucked up and can't love you fully. Okay? Period, point blank. Anyways, to decenter men is not to hate them, not to love them, but to love yourself. And if someone fits in that conglomerate of ideas that you believe work in accordance with you, if someone fits in like a puzzle piece to that, then they'll work. They'll work. Most people probably won't fit in like a puzzle piece. And that's okay too, you know? But I do think you kind of dodge a lot of bullets in life and a lot of mistakes and a lot of bad relationships, bad friendships, bad work environment, whatever it is. You dodge a lot of that when you act in accordance of what you believe is good for you, because naturally not only will it put you on the right timeline because you're choosing good things for yourself or things you desire for yourself, but also it naturally will deter anything that just simply won't fit or doesn't energetically match, you know? It's almost like a protection spell. I think truly living for yourself and focusing on yourself is the ultimate protection spell and will help you decenter men in the long run. How to deal with a controlling boyfriend? You don't. You leave them and you dump them. Controlling for what? Because he's insecure, because he doesn't trust you, blah 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 blah. I don't care about excuses. I hate a controlling individual because it's like we as human beings need to be free and open and real and raw with ourselves, and that includes kind of being messy and wild and you know, doing random things sporadically. If I wanted to go off to Austin, Texas and my boyfriend was causing a problem, or like if I wanted to go travel the world for 3 months and your partner was causing a problem, hello, if you want to, and I understand it's probably even smaller than that because it's never that big. If you are trying to hang out with your friends and your boyfriend is causing a problem, or partner, if you're going to go get dinner alone and your boyfriend, no, that is a prison sentence. That is a parole officer. That is a jail cell of a relationship. And it's a waste of time because you're not going to be able to fix that. You're not going to be able to act in accordance to where they feel comfortable enough. They will always, always, always find something to be upset, mad, or controlling over. And ultimately, that's not a problem you need to deal with because it's not something you created. It's something they've created, something that they need to work on, they need to deal with. And it's not something that they can work on in a relationship. That's something you need to work on when you are single and alone. So best thing you can do for them, leave them, let them heal themselves, free yourself, okay? Unlock that door, mama. And what's the RuPaul quote? Girl, get off that cross, we need the wood. Like literally. Massive, biggest red flags I could possibly see in any sort of relationship is controlling behavior. We as human beings need this level of freedom. And if someone can't help you prioritize that freedom and prioritize that individualism, they will not be a healthy or good partner for you in the long run. Is it wrong to cheat back? I mean, in the give and take of it all, I guess no. But in the spirituality of it all, probably, yeah. Because I think the idea of like cheating back or getting even puts you on the same level that they are on. And when someone's evil, you don't want to lower yourself to their evilness. You want to kind of just like get the fuck away and let them be evil far, 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 far away from you. You know, when someone does something evil and then you do something evil back, you're playing an evil game. And that karmatically is not good. That energetically is not good. You cheating back, will it make you genuinely feel good in your heart? Probably not. You're probably going to be like, damn, I just wish I was in a relationship with somebody who wasn't cheating on me. Hello, as you deserve. So no, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's wrong either, because everybody's going to make choices, and I don't think there's any like really wrong choice. Obviously, like, don't hurt anybody. It's difficult. I'm not pro cheating. I don't like cheating. If someone cheats on you, best thing you can do for yourself, energetically, spiritually, mentally, love, is to leave that person in the goddamn trash where they belong and to run away as far as you can. Okay. Also, I think some people, when they're evil and they can get you as a good person to do evil things, so like they're a cheater and then you cheat back, it's like they kind of get off on that feeling of like, I was able to bring you down to the pits of hell with me. And although being the bigger person is like not the easiest choice or doesn't always feel the best, it will be the best for you in the long run. And I do think it hurts the person more than if you were to play the same stupid fucking games that they're playing. When you're like, nope, not dealing with this, you're done, no more access, you're gone, your shit's on the curb, you better come get it before the homeless man around the corner gets it. Actually, just kidding. I like the homeless man more than you at this point, so I'm gonna give him your good clothes and shoes. I mean, if you want to fight over it, go ahead, but that man smokes so much meth, it's like, good luck, babe. Like, when you cut somebody off, cut them off, I think that's the biggest and most powerful level of taking back your power, uplifting yourself, and completely and utterly getting rid of the other person. Which I think when someone's like cut off swiftly, cleanly, it hurts more than if you're willing to stoop low and play those dumbass games that they want to play, okay? Evil people love making other people evil. And if you're a lover girl, I'm going to go ahead and give you permission. You don't have to become evil. You don't. Karma will handle that shit. The universe will handle that shit. He will find another evil person that's gonna play those games because they've been playing those games, and he'll get his karma. But you don't need to be there for that. You really don't. That's why I lean on witchcraft so much. I'm like, actually, I'm gonna let the universe handle this. I don't need to be involved. I'm not gonna get my fingers dirty playing around in the fucking hell earth. Okay? I'm going to let the universe handle it because she knows how to deal with that shit.
I smoke sesh queen, and to all the hotties that might listen to this, I want to say that I obviously love your podcast, and I believe that your mind works in amazing ways. And sometimes I get freaked out by how much I agree with you when you give advice or talk about different topics. So I thought I could try getting your input on this. So I have a long-distance boyfriend. We are dating for quite a while, and we live in the same country but different cities. And early on in the relationship, he told me that he's a super religious Christian, and meaning that he goes to church often, and he's not allowed to drink or date and have sex before marriage and all this hardcore stuff. Which is funny because we met in a concert and then we went partying and clubbing and drinking. So, yeah. Me, on the other hand, I also grew up on a Christian household, but I had the freedom to, navigate my truths throughout religion and science. And, yeah, I'm more of a skeptic in that way. So, in our relationship, I've discovered that he has a lot of repressed guilt around sex. For example, he doesn't want to have sex on a Sunday, which to me sounds crazy. So yeah, I just want to help him move on from that mindset because I love him, I want to be with him, and yeah. Any thoughts or prayers? Thank you for listening. Bye.
Girl, I pray you get some dick soon. That's what I'm praying for. Ooh, this is hard, okay? Especially with, like, super religious people. And the thing is, like, sure, these are things you could help him work through and understand. But, like, you have to, when you find somebody in your life, whoever they are, and they're going through something challenging, whether it's religious trauma, situational trauma, relationship issues, family issues, whatever it is, you have to first ask yourself, because I think sometimes when we see people, and this is, because you have a good heart and you have a good nature about you, when we see people who are struggling, we go, and this is also a people-pleasing tendency, we go, well, I can fix that. I know how to do it. I can fix that. No, that is not how you should ever, that's not how you have a healthy relationship, by going, I can fix that person. What you need to ask is, if nothing were to change, would you be happy? Okay? If nothing were to change from what you are dealing with now, would you be happy? Because some people's battles are not yours to fight. And some people need to fight those battles on their own. Whether they're willing to do that or not is up to them completely. But it is not up to you. So, who knows if this person will, be able to work through this religious issue, or maybe this is just who they are. Maybe they are extremely religious and they're not going to change. They're not going to be anything different. Is that something you are willing to be with? Is that something you want for yourself? Is that something that works for you? Is not having sex on Sundays something that works for you? Now, my brother married into a very religious family, very Catholic. He is not religious at all, okay? But my sister-in-law, very Catholic family. So he had to go, all right, she's not changing, nor do I want to change her. Do I agree with everything? No. But do I want to be with her? Yes, absolutely. So guess what? He joined the Catholic faith. They had a complete Catholic marriage. Kids are being raised Catholic. Like, they're going to church on Sundays. Is this anything that he really, wants for him? No, but he wants her. He understands they're in a good area. He understands that it's a good church, whatever it is. He's like, all right, I can work with it. You know what I mean? But you can't change it. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll do a 360 on their life and become fun party person again. Like you said, you met them. But the honest truth of it all is they'll probably stay the exact same. And I don't have an answer for you, but I do have a question. If nothing were to change, would you be happy? Would this work for you? It's okay to get selfish with these answers. If the answer is no, then you know what you gotta do. How do I tell my friend her foundation's shade is off? Ooh, this is difficult. I find it hard. Not hard. I'm that bitch. If you got something in your teeth, I'm gonna tell you. But I'm also not gonna do it in public in front of a group of people where I'm like, oh my God, you have something in your teeth. You have a booger hanging out of your nose. Like, there's a special way you have to go about these things situationally, okay? The best way, if anything is happening, whatever it is, where you're like, oh, you have something in your hair, you got a booger sticking out, your tag's hanging out, whatever it is, the best way to go about it is to gently like pull someone aside, or even just like, let's go to the bathroom. And then you like, oh, hey, I think you have something. Oh yeah, no, it's fine, let me help you get it. That's the best way to go about it. Literally at work the other day, I was wearing a new Victoria's Secret thong, and the Victoria's Secret tags are like long as fuck. Like, bitch, stop putting tags in things. I'm pet peeve, tags. I'm over tags. I don't want a tag in my clothing. Print it on. I'm good. I don't need a tag in my clothing. But I was wearing low-rise pants, and that tag was flying out the back of my pants as if I had a tail. And you know what my little server friend did? She came up to me. She's so cute. She came up to me. She says, your tag's out. Boop. Puts her finger down my crack and like pushes it back in. And then walks away. And it was like, it really is that simple sometimes. Now, foundation shade, something that's like not a booger, not a quick fix. This is when you're gentle about it. Hey, I need to go get something from Sephora. Okay, let's go look at this. Okay. Oh, what foundation shade do you use? Ooh, let's try it out. Let me put it on the back of my hand. Oh, I just don't think the shade color matches. What shade do you use? Oh, let's try this out. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait. Actually, this one is a perfect match for you. You should try this one next time. It looks so good. It would blend perfectly with your blush. You should try this shade. I think I'm going to get this shade. And do you think I should also get this lip liner? Like, you have to be just like gentle about it, caring, kind, compassionate, but also not afraid to speak up or say something. If you're a good friend, you won't let your friend leave the house looking a mess. Obviously, a foundation shade is going to be a little bit more difficult, but I also think it's important as a friend to speak up for your friends kindly and gently when you think something needs to be said. Now, there is something to be said also about people who are like, well, I'm just being truthful. No, I fucking hate those people. I dated one of those people. Well, I'm just telling the truth, so I'm a good person. No, you're being an asshole and you're saying mean things and trying to cover it up by saying it's the truth. It's not the truth. You're just a fucking dick. You know what I mean? So be gentle, be kind. Don't just be like, you look fucking awful in that outfit. No, I hate those truthers. Lame, boring, rude, mean. You just being gentle about it, kind about it, going around it in a nice, gentle way. I think it'll be received well. You know what I mean? Someone said, help. My friend is doing amazing things and I can't help but being extremely jealous of them. What should I do? Ooh. Jealousy, jealousy. What's that song? Oh my God. I found myself struggling with jealousy. Not even jealousy. Maybe comparison a lot recently. So I think I'm in a great place to talk about this. But jealousy is honestly, sometimes when I think about emotions, I compartmentalize emotions a lot. And when it comes to emotions, sometimes when you first feel something, that initial emotion that you feel is actually a different emotion. You just have to take time to process it and understand it so then it can transform into that next emotion. That's why sometimes you see grief. People feel extreme grief. And really, that grief, once you take the time to understand it and learn it and process it, is truly love. Jealousy, as soon as you feel it, it's that sharp feeling. It's a hard feeling to deal with. But if you take the time to sit with it and learn it, jealousy is actually inspiration. And I mean this genuinely, okay? When you are around somebody who is off doing amazing things, creative endeavors, career goals, travel goals, even just like personality goals, looking a certain way. Sometimes, and the human brain is so funny for this, like, why do you make us miserable? We don't need to be this miserable. But sometimes, when we first see those things or understand those things, we get a little bit too in our ego, and it puts us in a negative emotion, which is jealousy. Even if it's something you don't even want. I remember someone asked, it was like, literally, I'm seeing this person do all these amazing things, and none of them are things that I want, but I can't help but feeling jealous of it. And if you take the time to really look at what is causing that jealousy, if you remove the negative emotion from it, you will find that it's actually just inspiration. It actually is just inspiration. Now, people who are continuously jealous and don't take the time to transmute it, those are dangerous people to be around because they're working in ego and they're willing to work in that negative emotion, which will then have negative outcomes, okay? I mean, you see this in true crime where, and I'm not putting this on you, but I'm just talking willy-nilly here. You see this in true crime where two jealous women end up quite literally killing each other over it because you're sitting in that jealousy. You're not transmuting it and really thinking why do I feel this way? What is causing it? What am I looking at? And maybe do I just want it for myself? You know what I mean? People long-term relationships then cheating with their best friend's boyfriend or something. It's that jealousy. You need to work on negative emotions. Negative emotions are scary to think about. I get it. It's I don't want to feel this way. But also, if you take the time to process, to learn about it, ask yourself who, what, when, where, why, how, you will get to the bottom of it and realize, wow, that baddie I saw on Instagram that I immediately felt jealous of because she was wearing a cute outfit, it's just because I want the cute outfit and she's wearing it well. So let me uplift and celebrate her. And maybe one day I'll be able to wear the cute outfit. Or I saw the cute outfit. Now I'm going to go shop for that cute outfit. Okay? Sometimes it's that simple. Oh, your best friend seems to have the perfect life. All right. She's getting the job. She's getting the boy. She's getting everything you've ever possibly wanted. Why are you jealous? Is it because you don't have those things? Or is it because you just simply want those things? When you learn to use your jealousy as inspiration to go after what you want in life, you will have a much easier time understanding yourself and going after things. When you sit in that jealousy, that's when there's that stagnation occurs. That's when the movement stops. That's when you're just sitting in negative feelings and not allowing yourself to process them and move forward. We need to process and move forward. We need to. There's no choice, babe. There is no choice. The world is moving. You can't stand still. I'll get this way about the most random things sometimes. Even if it's I feel jealous about this person's body type. It's okay, it just means you want it. And not everything you want, you can have as well. So navigating the childlike tantrum that you'll have inside of yourself with jealousy of I want it, but I can't have it is you just got to be patient with yourself and kind and caring and understanding. You gotta have to reparent yourself a little bit of yeah, bitch, you just won't be that way. But that's okay because you are still beautiful however you are. You are still wonderful however you are. You are still on a journey. And maybe you will get there one day to that thing that you've always wanted that you feel jealous about when other people have it. You might get there, but you're gonna get there way faster if you learn to accept and celebrate the people around you. And through that, feel more positive going forward towards what you want. A lot of people sit here and go, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. Well, what do you feel jealous of? What do people have that you're damn, I wish I had that? That's your inspiration, babe. That's what you should be going after. I think when we think inspiration, we think positive. We think Pinterest mood boarding. Oh, I saw this beautiful photo, so I want to recreate that, whatever it may be, which is great. Okay, moving through a positive avenue, the ideal choice. But also, we need to learn that jealousy is not the end-all be-all of emotions. When you take the time, work through it, learn through it, you will end up in a place that is actually wow, inspiration. Sometimes it's inspiration, oh, amazing outfit, amazing location. I want to go to that place. I want to travel that area. I want to wear a cute outfit. That's simply my inspiration. Sometimes when it's something you can't have, it's like, well, my inspiration is that she's just amazing and wonderful and beautiful. And congratulations. Doesn't take anything away from me. It just is what it is. I love seeing beautiful things, and I can't always be that beautiful thing, but that doesn't take away from my beauty or their beauty. It's that neutrality aspect. But yes, I think a lot of people don't like to work through their negative emotions. Me, ding, ding, ding. And when I found myself in a place that was like consistently, constantly jealous, I really was just feeling those things because I wish I had the balls and the guts to go do them. And I finally started accepting that and actually going after those things and going, actually, no, I can create that for myself. And once I did, I realized, wow, jealousy really is such a surface level emotion. Once you get deeper into it and learn more about it, you will realize most of the jealousy you find in your life is just inspiration. Like I said, if people are not willing to do that work on their own, if you find yourself around people who are constantly jealous of you, you can't teach people to find inspiration through their jealousy. That's something that we all need to work on our own, realize on our own. And I don't know if I would really waste my time being around people who are jealous of me, because it's not going to create a conductive environment for a healthy relationship or friendship. So not only do you owe it to yourself to work through your jealousy, but you owe it to your friends to work through your jealousy. You owe it to your family, to everybody around you to work through your jealousy. So then you're always in a place that is in a positive, healthy environment where you can uplift and support the people around you, where you can celebrate the people around you, and not, be so egotistical where you are in this place of lack, where you're focusing on yourself in a place where you should be celebrating the people around you and their successes. I also think just in general, working that jealousy, working towards the inspiration, and then celebrating that person will help you kind of be a more positive individual, will help you accept the world in a more positive way. Will put out a good energy. People will feel that energy. People are attracted to you. Everything's kind of an energy exchange, And just because you're feeling a negative emotion doesn't make you a bad person or a bad, situation. Sometimes it's just like, all right, well, let's work through it. What does this mean? Why am I feeling this way? And, what can we do with it? Do we need to release it? Do we need to learn from it? Do we need to understand it? I think it's sitting with your emotions is so important. But yes, transmuting jealousy will always put you into a place of finding inspiration.
Holy shit, Hannah. Like, if there's one of my videos or my voice moments that you're gonna put on the vlog, it's fucking this one. I don't know if the baddies are feeling it this week. Hey, baddies. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it.
Wait, I'm nervous.
Quit weed. Really long story, but for my girlfriend's sake, I told her I was gonna, not for her sake, but like in everybody's plan, I was quitting weed, but then I kind of fell back out of it, and I decided, let me just cover that up and not let her know, because that's so embarrassing. I'm so ashamed. Oh yeah, that turned into 2 months. Trust me, I felt bad the whole time. But I was like, I'm too late at this point. Like, she's gonna dump me. But then I was talking to my therapist, and she was like, I really think you should tell her, like, when you're ready. Yeah. I told her. She don't want to talk to me. She said, give me space. Like, and I asked if there's something we can work out, or if, like, we're gonna break up. And she said, I need time. So, like, I didn't even get an answer on that, which is okay. Like, I don't need a definite answer, but I do, because I'm a little crazy. And I'm just like, I actually really would love your opinion on this. So let me know if you have any thoughts. Thank you. Love you guys.
Oh, brother. Okay, well, first of all, I'm not going to sit up here and shame you, because you're doing plenty of that inside your own fucking head, trust. And also, I find, just to kind of like compartmentalize what you're going through, I find when I do things out of shame or guilt, I do them more often. Thus, you falling into like the 2-month spiral of smoking weed, even though your girlfriend doesn't want you to smoke weed. And like, my question is this a controlling aspect, where she's like, you are not allowed to smoke weed if you're around me? And you're like, girl, I literally just smoke it at night. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Or like, I need answers. We don't have time for answers. But I'm curious if it also is just like you maybe are consuming too much and you're high all the time. That's not fair to you or the people around you. I'm curious where it is. Because, I mean, depending, either way, your girlfriend's going to feel how she's going to feel. She feels negatively towards weed. All right, period, point blank. You felt shame from that. Sometimes when we feel shame or guilt, it's kind of like, depending on how we were raised, but it's kind of like a comforting emotion. Especially once you get into like the demeaning aspect of it. It's so funny how negative emotions can become so overpowering that we then feel comfortable in them and we keep leaning into them. And shame and guilt is probably the number one thing that I think triggers people into creating negative environments for themselves and also doing it over and over and over and over again. When I was using a lot of drugs, it was definitely from shame and guilt and escapism. High key, all of those things. So like, I understand you and I understand like how you kind of fell down this slippery slope, and I'm not here to shame you or demean you anymore. I think this is just a learning lesson. I think it's going to be a learning lesson. And honestly, sure, I think you probably want to stay with your girlfriend and you know you fucked up, but maybe it's for the best you guys take some time apart. Maybe you need that time apart without pressure from her to get a handle on your smoking, to get a handle on your behaviors or your understanding of yourself without so much pressure from that outside. And maybe she doesn't need the quote unquote baggage, whether it's actual baggage or not, of you like doing things behind her back, whatever it may be. I think if you guys do break up, it probably will be for the best. And I'm so sorry. Is it because of you? Sure, but also it takes two to tango, you know what I mean? And it's okay, especially when two people won't fit or don't fit. Things like this naturally happens where one person is like, okay, well, I gotta hide this part of myself because this person doesn't like it or whatever it may be. But also it's like, I think if your weed usage is really an actual problem, the best way to get a handle on it is to take accountability, to take responsibility for what you're doing, and to focus on yourself. So then you're able to kind of like have space to learn about yourself and why you use. And the outside pressure from your girlfriend is definitely not going to help. Now you fucked up. Only thing you can do when you fuck up. All right. Anybody fucks up. I don't care how big or how small. Only thing you can do when you fuck up is go, I fucked up. Take accountability. Apologize. Do better. Those are the 3 steps. Okay. Take accountability. Apologize. Do better. And it sounds like you're in that place. It sounds like you were like, oh, fuck, I went too far. I went off the deep end. I went a little crazy with the marijuana. You know what I mean? And that's all right. All you can really do, take accountability. You told her the truth. She is processing her emotions. She's allowed to have whatever emotions she has about the situation. Now, what do you do going forward? All right. I think the weirdness of like deciding if this is going to work or not, I think honestly for the best, you should probably just call it quits. So then you have time to actually focus on yourself and prioritize yourself. But if you do work on it, not only is she going to have to relearn how to trust you, but also you're going to have to like prove your trust a little bit. Not completely where you're nailing yourself to the cross, but enough so that it's like, okay, we can have a good normal relationship. I don't know. I'm not here to demean you or put you down any more than you already are doing to yourself. We all fuck up. We all make mistakes. It is what it is. You shouldn't have lied. Now you know better. All you can really do is say, damn, I fucked up. I'm sorry. And I'll do better. And actually do better, you know? And I think sometimes when we do better and we do better for the sake of someone else, it doesn't stick as much as wanting to do better for yourself. So want to do better for yourself and want to like do things for yourself. I think that'll help you kind of transition from this phase of shame and guilt to, oh no, I feel good because I'm doing something for me. You know, the shame and guilt came from I'm doing something for somebody else. My girlfriend doesn't want me to smoke weed. I won't smoke weed. But I do want to smoke weed. So now I feel shame and guilt for doing something I actually want to do. No, do what you need to do for you. I love you. You got this. I'm sorry. Tough times come and go, but you'll be able to handle it. You'll grow from it. And you got a great therapist, it sounds like. So stick with her. How to keep your job from consuming your identity? Honestly, I'm pro severance. I'm just kidding. If severance was an actual procedure, would not be kidding. But do I sever myself every time I go into work? Yeah, absolutely. Now, this is a little different because this podcast here, social media, sharing myself online, that is very intertwined with my identity, but it's not consuming my identity because it gives me an opportunity to transmute who I am in a very creative way and to kind of learn more about myself through it. So I think I have a very healthy balance here. Now, when it comes to, okay, maybe you're like working in the corporate world, how do I become a human being outside of work? How do I not let work become so overtaken with my life? And you know what? I mean, if you're doing something that you're passionate about, that's okay a little bit. Have hobbies outside of it. That's how you keep that balance. But I like literally think about this all the time. Anytime I'm clocking into a job where it's like, I truly don't want to be here, but I have no option, I cosplay Lana Del Rey at Waffle House. I love that as an example when it comes to work, especially shitty jobs. It's like, no, I am Lana Del Rey at Waffle House right now. Like, I'm a different bitch when I'm here. And when I leave, then I can become Hannah again. But when I'm here, I'm cosplaying the shit out of this job. I don't care what shitty job I'm working on. We're dog walking, cool. I am the best dog walker in the entire world. I'm pretending I have 8 dogs around me, even if it's just one. And I'll put on some cute fucking sunglasses and some tennies. And we're going to go on a walk around the park, okay? Get in the fucking car, dog. Let's go, okay? I'm putting on a cute workout set. Maybe it's serving. All right, well, I'm going to be the baddest server here. You know, I'm going to be Lana Del Rey in the Waffle House slinging pancakes till I get a clock out and then I get to go home and not give a fuck. Oh, I work retail. Now, all of a sudden, I am baddie retailer, soon to be Anna Wintour, doing my little job before I, level up to the next stage in life, which is going to be amazing and glamorous. You see, you gotta kind of like, it's kind of cosplay. I kind of cosplay when I'm at work, I'm like, it doesn't really matter. I'm just here. I'm just chilling. I'm doing my thing, keeping my positive attitude. And then when I leave, it's like severance, ding, I am back to who I am. And I can leave that shit at work because I allow my brain to split a little bit, and it also allows me to be a more positive person. I have coworkers where it's like, I know you think about this place 24 hours a day when you are outside of this restaurant, and you're miserable when you're here because of it. You are. I can tell. Like, allow yourself to release a little bit. Allow yourself to also like not give a fuck a little bit. It honestly makes me a better worker. And leave that shit at the job, okay? When Lana Del Rey left that Waffle House, she took that apron on and she did not think about it again, A good wind down routine also helps. I understand why people get off work and go immediately to the gym. That's a great way to get that energy out of your system, especially if you're angry from the day or your job makes you angry a lot. Maybe it's like, you come home and immediately shower. You feel like you're washing off that energy. Maybe you even just like sit in your car and listen to some music before you go inside. A good wind down routine does also really help in that transition, so it's not so like crazy, quick transition. But as a Gemini, I really can transition very quickly. So I walk down those steps from work and I'm like, freedom. I'm finally myself again. Like, it really is that. Fave ways to spread love to the world. I give out little notes to people. Someone said, I love that. I love the notes idea. That's adorable. I need to start keeping little notes and pens in my purses. I might take that. Stickers are also a great idea. Just like a cute little fun sticker. Hey, I like your outfit. Here's a sticker. That could be adorable. My favorite way and easiest way without having to have anything on you, like I could be looking a mess in a Target, a compliment. Compliment goes a long way. I am pro compliment. If you're in public and you're like, I'm feeling really anxious right now, sometimes I get that way where I'm just like either too fucking high or just in my head or not connected to the world around me. The best practice I have is to go up to someone and compliment them immediately. Hey, I like your glasses. Oh, hey, hope you're having a nice day. Oh, I love your pants. Oh my gosh, your nails are so cute. Oh my God, your eyelashes are adorable. I love your vibe. I love this energy you're putting out. I hope you have a fantastic day. Something so simple, that person will probably think about it for the rest of their day and it'll make their day better. And also it'll get you more like grounded, in touch with the world around you. It'll take you out of that like existential feeling in your head, and you're gaining good karma points. You know what I mean? I am pro compliment all the way. You see someone cute across the bar and you don't know what to say, go give them a compliment. You're in the bathroom of in the club of the girls' bathroom, give the girls compliments. Okay, bartender, give them a compliment. A neighbor, give them a compliment. Compliments go so far. But I love the note idea. I think that's so cute. A little note thinking of you, smiley face, little drawing. Maybe it's a little drawing of them. I love that. Whimsy. Once again, great way to add whimsy into your life. It doesn't have to be massive. It can be literally so small, but the smallest things sometimes have the biggest impact.
Hi, Hannah. I'm a relatively new listener of the podcast. I really like it so far, but I really like your advice on certain things too. So I was wondering if you have any thoughts on this situation. I met a guy online. I've met him multiple times. He lives in Germany. I live in California. He's 36, going on 37. I'm about to be 26 in a few days. And he and I are engaged now, and I'm trying to move to Germany to get my master's degree and to get married. I have only known him for about a year. And I'm just wondering, like, if I were your BFF or whatever, like, what advice would you give me as your friend? Or what questions would you ask me to make sure I'm wondering, like, if I were your BFF or whatever, like, what advice would you give me as your friend? Or what questions would you ask me to make sure I'm doing this on a solid foundation? Thanks so much.
Oh, listen, I'm a skeptic. I know it's not fun to hear, but I'm always a skeptic. I always have to ask. My parents raised me this way, and sometimes it drives you insane because you're like, I just want to do it for me, Mom. And it's like, well, let's ask the real questions here. What are the divorce laws in fucking Germany? You know, like, what's the living situation gonna be? What's the household cost sharing gonna be? You're moving to a different country with a person you haven't even lived with before and marrying them. I understand maybe marrying them because then it's easier to move to the country. But I urge you, and this is maybe like my biggest overwhelming take when it comes to this. I'm not going to give you a yes or a no, but I ask you, are you doing it for yourself? Okay. I'm sure there's pressure from the man. Are you doing it for yourself? Is this something you actually want and you know fits in with your life plan and goals? And if everything were to hit the fucking window or whatever the saying is, if everything hit the fan, if shit goes bad, what is your game plan? Okay. Do you have a game plan? Do you have a separate place to live in Germany? Will your visa still be able to work in Germany? Will you be able to stay in your school in Germany? Will you be able to have friends in Germany that are outside of you that you'll be able to lean on and rely on? Or will you feel completely isolated and alone? What is your backup plan? Okay. Every smart woman has an escape plan. Every smart woman has an escape plan, no matter what. I'll be going to the movie theaters. I'm like, where's the exit, babe? Okay. I'll fucking, even in my house, I'm like, if there's a fire, how fast can I get out of here and what am I grabbing? What is your exit strategy? A year? I don't urge anybody to get married under 2 years. And I mean that genuinely from my heart. I understand sometimes life gets a little crazy and maybe you gotta visa things. I understand. But are you doing it for you? A, are you doing it for you? Does it align with your goals and plans and ideals? And B, are you safe and do you have an exit plan? Do you have an exit strategy just in case? Just in case, because you never know. You might get around this man. You might be isolated. You might be living with him. You might be relying on him for housing, for money, for whatever it is. And then that pressure sets in. Okay. And I don't want you to ever feel in a pressured situation. So be safe. Do things for you. Have an exit strategy. And what are the divorce laws in Germany? And how can you stay in school? School is honestly, fuck the marriage. School is priority number one. honestly, if I were you, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not even marrying there or moving there for marriage. I literally am just moving there for school. And if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At least you have school to rely on, and you have your own place to live at, and you have a visa because you're there for schooling. Like, if I would do anything in this situation, it would be, I'm going there for schooling, not for marriage. And if it works out with that man, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But focus on the schooling, because you're a baddie, and I know you're smart, and I know you're sexy, and I know you're hot, and I need you to be educated. I need you to have a backup plan. I need you to be doing it for yourself. Always. Anyways, that being said, I love you all so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is a great distraction from my illness. Sorry if I sound a little stuffy, but maybe sound sexy. Who knows? If you want to see more from me, join the Patreon, patreon.com/smokeseshshuddy. If you want to support me in any sort of way, join the Patreon, please. I love my Patreon girlies. There's been so many new joiners, and honestly, we have a blast over there. I answer every single question every Thursday on the Patreon exclusive podcast, Smoke Says Shoddy on Patreon. And if you want to submit your questions or submit a call in, Hannah Marlene on Instagram. But with that being said, stay sane, stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah.